Hi everyone and a very warm welcome back to the monthly WARNO tournament from SD League. Today we have our first of two games with Hippie and Integ3r. Yes, Integ3r has once again changed his name. Hippie is over on the right in blue, playing as the TKS, the Territorial Commando Sud, and over on the left in red we have Integ3r playing as the 82nd Airborne. Quick look at what we've got down here. We have an AMX-10 heading to the front there. We've got a load of Fliegerforce and a command vehicle heading towards the centre. BGS going defensive here. Green Berets, forgotten to be given an order. Green Berets pushing up here though to the front. BGS the same, and some Fliegerforce and Pioneers also heading up there. We do have a couple of Gazelle cannons heading towards the centre. On the other side of the map, we have some military police and Stinger moving up to the side here. Stinger moving up to here. Airborne Commander is thinking about heading into there. There's a Mirage coming in here looking for something to kill. Some Stingers and military police heading into the centre here. We've got an airborne leader heading into this point and some Stingers heading up here in defensive positions. And a bunch of military police and some Stingers. Now, full disclosure, Integ3r, jokingly obviously, was begging not to have this game cast because he made a mistake. You will notice that he has a heck of a lot of Stingers across the map. He also has in two A10 rockets at the start. Integ3r was expecting Hippie, the master of memes, to come at him with a load of Gazelles. Playing as the TKS, he was expecting a load of Gazelles at the start. So he would like me to point this out at the start of the cast, so you know why he doesn't have a huge attacking force of Chaos at the start. Because obviously we have the master of memes in Hippie, and we have the master of Chaos with Integ3r. A10 rocket getting hit pretty hard here. He's still staying into the fight though. Going after that Gazelle cannon now gets the kill. I'm sure it will now evac out. Yes, it will. Good spread of defensive units as we would expect from Hippie's side of the map in here. Unfortunately, what we'd usually expect is Integ3r to take Foxtrot. He has not done that, and Hippie now has this lovely AMX-10 pushing up pretty far, and those things obviously very, very strong. Here we do have the command heading into the middle for Hippie. We will have a command countering that from Integ3r, but Hippie will control the two side points on the map. These airborne leaders are pushing in this way. They are strong. They are a big squad. 12-man squad. That's 12 hit points effectively. They will deal with this Sonderwagen, I'm sure, but look at all these units pushing up that way to deal with them. They ain't surviving that. They are not surviving that. Command in here now for Hippie. He will take, as I say, both those side points. He will eventually contest the middle again. He's currently moved his command to cap that. Milan 2 coming in here, and a bunch of Cannon Jagdpanzers. Lots of units pushing up quite hard here. He's actually going to make a move on India. Apache rocket coming in, which will help defend that, though there are plenty of Fliegerforce there, 4 in fact. Now the Gazelle cannons are coming in. Those Stingers will now come in handy. The truth is, even if you buy a bunch of Stingers at the start, it's not a bad thing, because they're going to help out later in the game. Even if your opponent is bringing out, you know, loads of choppers at the start, they're eventually going to bring in choppers and aircraft, so they do come in handy. It's not like they're a waste. It's whether you can maintain a defensive line by bringing in enough reinforcements. And that's really what we need to see now from Integ3r, is can he bring in enough to hold and build up forces for everything else? Because it's those ground units he's lacking. You know, there's military police knocking about. That Apache obviously got hit very hard straight away, which isn't ideal. There is a supply coming in for it though, a supply chopper. Down here, AMX-10 pushing up here. Should struggle a little bit against the M67, but it will get off a shot before they can fire back. Oh. A miss straight away there. Good hit. But the AMX-10 is pulling back out of dodge. Unsurprisingly. On the rest of the map, we do see another chopper brought in there by Integ3r. is getting shot at by the Flieger Force again, though. Does manage to get out without any damage. Airborne engineers coming in there. Obviously, that command was lost in all of this. Airborne engineers coming in for this town as well. Now, realistically, there's very little in the middle for Hippie. So there's every chance that Integer can push back in the center here and take the game still. But obviously, he's got to be aware of what's happening at the sides here. Like these cannon Jagdpanzers, they're still pushing up right to this point almost. And it will be Hippie's intention to push that point. Obviously, not pushing too much here. Is bringing in some Sicherungs there to deal with the infantry. Recon Humvees with the grenade launchers push... What? Okay, yeah, so loads of grenade launcher Humvees coming in here. This is, you know, as you say, Integer being the master of chaos. This may work out really well, or it may go horribly wrong. An artillery piece coming in there in the Chinook. And an M1 IP coming in. Where is that actually going right now? It is coming up here to defend, to deal with those cannon Jagdpanzers. The Apaches will really help with that, but the Flieger Force are being pushed up to protect. These could be devastating. The grenade launchers are really strong against infantry. They're good at stunning down, so they cause really fast cohesion drops. So it really depends if he can get them close enough with those cannon Jagdpanzers there. I think he has every chance of doing so. They also have the advantage, these guys, of being recon, so they can see units that you might not otherwise be able to see. What is he actually doing with them, though? He's just moving them up to there. And the range on the grenade launcher does put the BGS in range there. But I'm confused, because technically that, to me, can see those BGS. But I guess they're exceptional stealth, so you will need to be closer. I'm curious at which point it sees them. This cannon Jagdpanzer is causing issues. Here we go. The AGL is now spotted. Look at that. Melted. Unfortunately, the cannon Jagdpanzers will equally melt the Humvees. Artillery coming in, but missing because they've already moved those tanks forward. AMX-10 here getting some good shots off across the river. Abrams there has managed to kill, I think, at least one cannon Jagdpanzer. There is one dead somewhere. Could be that one up there. There is an Apache rocket still knocking about. Ooh. Mirage gets a kill. HE bomber coming in here. What's it going for? Drops on the airborne leader. Airborne leader presented itself right at the front there. That's unfortunate. An easy target if it can be seen. Military police here engaging on the Sicherungs. Sicherungs are going to win this fight. No question about that. They simply outnumber the military police, and the military police are out of their recoilless rifle ammo. Stingers are being pulled back. Stingers are dead. This is unfortunately Integer caught out. A-10 rockets coming in here. Sheridan coming in for the center now to recap that, or at least re-neutralize it. Currently it's +4 to Hippie. Obviously controls both those side points. An effort to get in here perhaps, but those cannon Jagdpanzers in a good defensive position. Unfortunately, there's nothing really to stand against those cannon Jagdpanzers on the side of Integer right now. So the defense here will hold. Up at the top, oh my word. I don't know what killed it, but the Abrams is dead. Possibly the AMX-10 got the kill there. I think the AMX-10 may have killed that tank. M1IP is an expensive loss at the top there. He has obviously lost the AMX-10 to the A-10 rockets, but that's a nasty loss. And right now, Integer is looking in a bad position in the middle. He's pushed really far back. These BGS have made it all the way to that side. They're going to show off that command coming in. This could be a very big issue for Integer. He's not out of the game, but he's going to struggle because there's a very large amount of units sort of defending the two sides now. This will be pushable with the right unit composition because cannon Jagdpanzers aren't amazing. There's a command being called in there for that back point as well. Hippie's feeling confident. Apache's managing to dodge a lot of fire there from the Fliegerforsts. Another M1IP is in to assist. It feels right now, though, that Integer is expending a lot to defend this point. There's not a lot in here. If he can just clear these cannon Jagdpanzers in the Fliegerforst, he can go into Foxtrot. Command back in this corner here. Those BGS can see them, and these Green Berets are almost there. Green Berets, obviously, very good units. I imagine he's going to charge. Oh, F-16 anti-tank comes in, gets the kill very easily from the side on that very weak tank. Sheridan's just cannot take much fire. The F-16 goes down, but I'm sure Hippie doesn't care. He got the kill. That's what he wanted. Suicide jet if necessary for a command kill. Nice little positioning here. Those Green Berets in a nice forward position, tearing up these infantry. M48's coming in to assist. This is going to be Hippie in complete control of the centre almost. Looking a little bit dicey at the top there though, and he has nothing defending the back point. Pretty solid down here. How are these military police still alive? Are they just dodging the Sicherungs constantly? I'm assuming they're just dancing around. I'm impressed they are still alive at the bottom there. Sicherungs coming in here. Units being brought in to now defend this point. Milan 2 coming in. More Sicherungs heading to the middle. Resupply of these grenade launcher units. Maybe they're going to be sent to the middle next. Another Sheridan coming in. Heading towards the center here. Abrams now single-handedly pushing this point. Milan's being called in to deal with it though. Apache Rocket's doing a good job trying to clean up here a bit. Airborne Scouts working hard with their AT-4. Unfortunately, their cohesion is low and they're missing. Yeah, they need to get out of there. Nope, they're stunned. They're going to die. Artillery coming in against Integer's artillery. Some counter-battery fire, not something we see done very often in these 1v1 games, but when people haven't moved their artillery for a while, it is a good option. All these infantry now moving out of those buildings, so unfortunately wasted shots for Integer. M1IP pushing up here, forces the AMX-10 back. Gazelle Hawk coming in for the top as well. Hippie wants that Abrams dead. He's going to get his wish with all those ATGMs coming in. Eagle coming around the top there. It's a nice unit to have in. I think they're just scouting for the Eyehawks. But currently, both Eyehawks are depleted and unable to fire. They are moving up to those supply points, though, or supply vehicles. Counter-battery artillery going in once more. One of these routed, the other one now stunned. Potential for a kill here on one of these. Another Abrams coming in for the top there. This one taking a lot of fire, and it is dead. I did say it would die. We got there just in time to see it. Milan 2 gets the final blow. Sheridan really wanting this point. LRS have good line of sight here, but the AMX-10 is going to cause them issues. Can he get a strafing run on that? He's going for the Gazelle Hawk. Thought he might try a strafing run on the ground units. A-10 rocket coming in. Would like to get a shot on that AMX, I'm sure. The kill on that. Sheridan, maybe? A-10 rocket. Nearly there now. Is going for the AMX-10. Should get the kill. There it goes. Surely the kill was guaranteed. Command is sat in that corner for Hippie, the one that was supposed to go to India. So he will be able to contest it anyway. Still +4 to Hippie. Looking like a points victory here. Unfortunately, no matter how you look at it right now, Integer is thin on the ground. He's not got a lot of units. He's lost a couple of M1 IP Abrams. They are not cheap tanks. 200 points apiece. Not the most expensive tanks in the game, but obviously not an ideal thing to lose 2 of them at the top there. And there's plenty of Milans in now. He's got a good spread. They're guaranteed a side shot on this thing. One of them is guaranteed a side shot. This one down here doesn't have a good line of sight. This one a bit better. These guys can both fire at it. Bailed out. Oh, that is horrendous look. Absolutely horrendous. Random number generator. The roll of the dice gave him a bailed out, which means the tank is dead in the water. It will surely die to this Milan sooner or later. How many shots? Oh, it's out of shots. If this misses, he might get a lucky escape. It does not miss. That is one dead tank. Integer not having much luck this game. He's certainly struggling. Milan's coming in here to defend this point. Still a smattering of units here for Integer. But I'm just not sure there's much he can do now. He's got so little on the field. The kills to losses are going to demonstrate this. He's not actually bought anything in a while. I think he might have given up. I think he realizes it's over. Could see a mass helo push if he's got many in the deck. But I think we're going to see a command here. There we go. Green Beret leader being pushed up to the back here. Without a care in the world. It's just being pushed in. It gets shot down. Do they survive? Yes, they do. Because they always magically survive. Because they're a 12-man squad. Oh, they got annihilated by the Apache, though. Absolutely annihilated. Unfortunately, they do neutralize it. It is now +6 to Hippie. He's calling in more reinforcements there. As I say, Integer's out of this game. He stopped calling stuff in. That is unfortunate, Integer. Unfortunate. You've had some nasty dice rolls this game, and I appreciate the Humvee AGL attempt. I do. But the Cannon Jagdpanzer positioning, superb from Hippie. Managing to fire across the river and then having a couple in here as well. Just really nice placement. Unlucky for you, Integer. But very nice placement for Hippie. Well played, Hippie. Especially up here, getting all those kills on those Abrams tanks. That really, really cost Integer a lot at the top there. Oh, wow. Shockingly, kills to losses were almost identical. I think that just goes to show how much Integer must have stopped spending towards the end there. That's really weird. That Apache is getting MVP. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, the Apache gets MVP. I'm curious what got the kill on the first tank. The M1 IP. Abrams M1 IP. F-16 got one. Was that the first one? Maybe that was what got it. I thought it might have been the AMX-10, but could well be the F-16. Just have a look down, see what else got the kills. Milan 2 killed one. And the other Milan killed? Well, yeah, so it was the F-16. Okay. Okay. But Apache gets the win for MVP. Good game, guys. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned to tomorrow. We'll have game number 2